Now, looking back to 2021 allows me to see that life is turbulent. Life is not always easy. It's not always simple. And my personal life, it's been a very, very turbulent year. But regarding the channel, I do want to look back and kind of give some shout outs and kind of see what I think was the best of this past year. So in total, I made about 71 videos this year. I think in 2022, I'd like to make about 104. I picked that number because it's about 2 videos a week, if not more, but I think 104 minimum is going to be the goal. What's notable about this year for me on my end is that this has been the first year that the Josh Fowler YouTube channel is not a solo operation. I actually had help throughout the year from people I'll talk about in a second, but going from just doing this completely solo to having a little bit of help on some back-end stuff has been a very interesting learning process for me. There's definitely some things that I thought I was going to be really good at that I'm terrible at, and things that I didn't think I would be good at all that I'm actually decent at least. So looking towards the future, there's a lot of room for growth in basically every form and capacity I can think of. But yeah, that was one of the big learning experiences for me. So among the people I've been working with, the first guy that I worked with was a guy called Tyler, and he owns a YouTube channel called Tyler Eclectic. I will leave a link in the description down below. I highly recommend checking it out. Tyler is a really good guy. He's a personal friend of mine, and I really enjoyed working with Tyler, but he makes some great videos that are related to audio reviews. Tyler was really instrumental in the success of certain videos, something like the Shit Vidar or the headphones for beginners video. Those are 2 fairly popular videos this year that he helped with either the main filming of or the intro for the Vidar video specifically. Those videos were a lot of fun. Jonathan Morrison, I flew down to LA and did like a weekend sit-in on one of his songs, and that was a lot of fun. Finally getting to meet him in person too is very, very cool. Sort of behind the scenes a little bit, a personal friend of mine is Doug from DMS. He's been one phenomenal and fantastic friend who I think was one of the first people I ever met related to the YouTube thing. And he's just been a great guy and a smart, brilliant mind to bounce ideas off of and sort of have a back and forth dialogue. And I value his friendship very much.
Cannolis are the bomb. Can't believe I never knew what this was. I still don't really know what this is, but it's good.
I also want to mention somebody very dear to me, which is Bernice. Bernice really helped a lot on, just dealing with me. And that's not easy. Brian from Bad Seed Tech, we did a collab video. He's been a good friend as well. He's a really smart businessman, and he's very good to bounce ideas off of. And I've really enjoyed his company. I really enjoyed his time in making the videos. Ron from New Record Day and Randy from Cheap Audio Man have been very good friends. We haven't done too many video collaborations, but we have like this text chain going back and forth, and it's always been fun with those guys. All of them have YouTube channels, and I will link those down below. So then there is JJDE, which is Josh and Jason Destroy Everything. That is a second channel that I just created a couple weeks ago. In fact, this is part of the finished set for that channel. And that is going to be with Josh, me, and Jason, my brother-in-law. And we're going to be doing some interesting content. You should definitely subscribe to that. We're kind of gearing up. We've been kind of delaying the video production end to actually build the set out so that we can get started with some videos. And we're kind of like gearing up to like launch like a cheetah. It's going to be sick. In short, working with him has been terrible. Moving on. Then I want to talk about some of my favorite videos that I've really enjoyed either making or I think stand out or I think are worth a watch for one reason or another. I'll link all these below as well. The first one is actually a series of videos which is going to be kind of the audiophile builds at different price ranges. This is something that I really hit really heavy at the beginning of the year, but kind of dropped off near the end, and I'm going to pick it back up soon because I really like the concept of it. I think it really helps a lot of people out, and especially calling out like pros and cons of combining different equipment may be something that a beginner may not be able to think about or may not have the knowledge base or the experience to really kind of figure out themselves. So I like calling that stuff out. I like helping where I can. The audiophile headphones for beginners. This video was interesting to me for a couple of reasons. One, that was probably the most complex, most moving parts video that I've ever created. So not only did I have to work with Tyler on that one for some of the A-roll and helping kind of pick certain locations and things like that, but also it had a lot of kind of extra parts. Like I had to do a lot of research. I had to use and really define terms because I knew it was going to be a longer standing video. And then there was an interview in there too, which is, I like the interviews, but from a video production standpoint, they do add complication. They're a bit of an X factor. You're never sure if an interviewee is going to be entertaining or if they're going to say things that are just completely out of whack and not really with your personal agreement. But it just happened to work out very, very well. And having a much more complicated video than I'm used to creating work out really well, I think was just very good for my personal learning. So I was very thankful that worked out. And then another video that I loved making was normal people try hi-fi headphones, which actually featured for the first time ever on my channel, my family. And that was just really good. Like everybody had a good time. People were talking about it afterwards and kind of like talking with one another about specific headphones and going back and forth. And that was it was cool to see. Now I am a tech channel, so I want to talk a little bit about tech, of course. I think some of my favorite tech includes the very first video I made in 2021, which was the RTX 3090. This is a game changer for me, literally, because it was a fantastic gaming graphics card, but it's also been a game changer on the editing workflow on the back end behind the scenes of these videos. Really being able to quickly get things done, edited and output. I can correct errors without having to wait till the next day to fix it. That to me was just an awesome experience. Another headphone that might surprise you that really stands out to me is the K361. That is a groundbreaking, I think, budget headphone. For $100, that headphone is just really incredible. I've been using it a lot for editing, and using that to isolate yourself from the background easily and cheaply and have it sound as good as it does, I think it's been really nice. That really stood out. A7S III, what this is recording off of, is phenomenal camera for the money. It's just ridiculous. The Bad Seed Brian keyboard was awesome. I love that thing so much. That's so cool. The Apple MacBook Pro 16-inch M1 Pro Edition has just been a game changer for again, editing. Because even though you see these videos and they're about like headphones or speakers or tech, I spend the majority of my time producing those videos. So having things that make that workflow easier and better is just anything that can shorten the time or make it more enjoyable is just a godsend for me. I really enjoy finding the right equipment for that type of stuff. Leading into my conclusion, I recently have just heard the best headphone that I've ever heard of all headphones. Any price, any category, I found the one that is going to be the one to beat. And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I will tell you this. It will be my first video in 2022. So I will see you guys in 2022. Thanks a lot for watching. Until the next video, my name is Josh, signing off. Peace.